أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل على حاجتنا إذا شئت سهلا وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. Americans, Muslims in the United States and around the world, this will be the fourth video of my life. I'm doing this because I believe that my life is still in danger. As I said, I called the FBI, I send emails to FBI, but they don't talk to me, they talk to the president or the administrator of Courage Center. It's a good step, but it's not enough. I'm a concerned person, but they don't talk to me. The newspapers and the TVs who were rushing to speak about me when I got injured for the first time, and if they spoke about me, I believe it is just because it was a weird, a strange situation. Now I'm calling them to give me an interview so that the world knows what happened to me and what is happening now, and to be able to answer questions which maybe other people still have about me, which may help to clarify my situation. Unfortunately, now nobody's coming closer to me. Nobody is willing to interview me. Why? For me, they get intimidated. They get threatened by who? So all this, when you put together, you still see that my life is in danger. The person who warned me not to go out on Tuesday, how did she know that I had an appointment out on Tuesday? Why she was crying in front of me? Until other people also noticed what was with her on that Monday. I'm trying to speak about another point and anything I think that can help. As I said, when that journalist in his show in Kenya spoke about an informer who has destroyed the life of somebody just because the man took his girlfriend, I didn't know that one day this will happen to me. That somebody will report me and made a big case just because I didn't respect her, just because I didn't accept to be intimidated by her. And the people will accept it blindly just because I'm a Muslim. Guys, the things I've gained in Islam, other people have gained them in Christianity. But me, I didn't gain those things in Christianity. I gained them in Islam. Believe me, I can quit anything else, but not Islam. If I am what I am today, for me, if I've got at least one good quality for me to thanks of Islam, I cannot count what God has done to me into Islam. I have nothing. I don't have a better life right now. I don't even have people around me. But what God has already done to me into Islam, it is uncountable. It's countless. In a way, I say, believe me, I've never been in a big trouble as this one, not in the meanings of pain. The big pain in my life, it was when I lost my first child, a boy, Muhammad, and my third one, also a boy, Muhammad. That was the big pain in my life. But I was still able to overcome it. This one, the worst of it is that the energy which I used to have inside me, that stamina, in whatever difficult situation I have, I hear, I usually hear that voice telling me, "Hey, Magdad, you're gonna make it. You are not the first time to be. You are not the first person to be in this. You're gonna make it. Life will be better in the future." When I was sleeping in the truck, exactly as Arnold Schwarzenegger said when Piers Morgan gave him a show interview, he said, "When I was in the gym for bodybuilding, when other my colleagues were complaining, were having a face of trouble, he was happy because he had a vision he was seeing in front of him." The same me. When I was sleeping in the truck, with all that pain, I didn't see it. I was just saying, "Hey, my dad, it's gonna be alright." Sylvester Stallone slept maybe in a worse situation like yours now. Many rich people today, many famous today have been homeless sometimes in their life. It's gonna be alright. I didn't complain at all. Not to myself, not to God, not to anyone. The other reason of sleeping in the truck is that in Islam, God wanna see the effort you do. God just wanna see that these men, by doing this, by sleeping in this condition, he wants money. He wants a better life. He's trying to save money because if he does this, if he takes an apartment, if he takes a room, he will not be able to send money to his children. He will not be able to send money to his wife. He won't be able to send money to his people. He sacrificed himself, so he wants me to help him. And this is what I'm saying. God, look at me. I'll give you another example here on another point I want to talk about. I watched a movie, a French movie. A secret service was after somebody, and that person, it was I forget his first name, but his last name is Depardieu. I think now he lives in the United States. He's among the best French actors. He was the bad man, and the secret service was behind him, was after him. They tape his room, they tape even his own body. They gave him a girl, and they could see, they could watch whatever, they could listen to whatever he says. But whatever he said, the Secret Service only said that he's playing games. He's a bad man. I remember even once He was with that woman in bed. Then he said, I've got a secret, something very big and important which I've never told you before. The people who were wiring him, the people who were taping him, they adjust all their devices to get the news. Then he told the woman at the end that the secret I haven't told you is that I'm a philosopher. I've graduated in philosophy. The people who were listening to him said, damn, he's playing games. He's a bad man. I think until the end of the movie, they didn't believe him, though they didn't find even a piece of information leading that he's a bad man. I've seen also an American movie almost similar to that. But I didn't know that one day I'll be that person. I'll be chased everywhere. Though people don't see anything bad on me, but I'm still a bad person because I'm a Muslim, because I passed through Yemen, because I passed through Djibouti, because I'm coming from Sudan. I was uh, in in Chad. I read Quran every day. I listen to Quran every day. I don't seem to be afraid. I move a lot in the United States, and so for all these things, even if these things don't lead to anything bad, but this man is a bad man. Our people in Claxton Community Center told us, our people in the Lutheran Refugee and Immigration Services told us, we have to believe them. That is the truth. But have you found that truth? You didn't. You didn't. You just believe that I'm smart, but you didn't. Let me tell the truth. I'm not. I'm not the person you are after. I said many times, if you are looking for somebody who loves Allah, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and Islam very much, okay, you have got your person. But if you are looking, if you are after the enemy of United States, somebody was trying to blow United States, was trying to find a chance where you see a lot of people so that he blows his bomb, you are after the wrong person. I'm not that person. I've never been, and I've never even dreamed to be that person in my life. Let me say something else. Just concerning to the way you are going after me everywhere. Maybe I'll speak about it later on. Your question, another thing you are saying, how do I know some of the things which I supposed not to know? That means somebody is talking to me, somebody is informing me, somebody is guiding me. Man, there is no doubt. I'm not arrogant, but there is no doubt that I was born very, very intelligent. I believe that my intelligence in my brain, it's higher than many people. I was sure that I'll be a scientist. I was sure that I'll be a researcher. And if I were born in a country like United States, I wouldn't miss that one. I wouldn't miss to be a great man and to leave my name in the history. Second, I'm educated. Third, there is something called common sense. Look, I'll give you an example before I bring you to the truth, the fact. I've lived in a house where somebody was suspected to be a thief, to take money in the room of somebody else, and to have the key of that room. The man will open his wallet in the morning, you'll find that money is missing. And every time you will find that money is missing. But he was sure that nobody has the key, and he was sure that he closed the door of his house, his room. To catch the person, he intentionally put some note on the bed and locked the door and left. He knew very well how many notes he left on the bed. When he came, he found that some of the notes were not there. What does it mean? Even somebody who was being just in elementary school would say that somebody has the key of the room and he happened and took money. So sometimes you may think that, how do I know some of the things which you're supposed not to know? Look, so far, Allah doesn't want something bad to happen to me. And because I have nothing bad with you and with the United States, Allah is protecting me. How did I know that in the mosque, while I was in Sioux Falls, I was taped, I was wired in the mosque where I live. There were camera in that room and whatever thing to pick my voice and maybe my images too. How did I know that? Believe me, I didn't have that stuff to check around the room if there are bags inside the room. I didn't have that. I knew because that day I went to the library. I saw many Ethiopians and Eritreans coming to me, greeting me, look suspicious to me, watching me. And that white man of Lutheran church, Lutheran immigration, refugee and immigration, I saw him in the library looking at me at a corner between the shelves of the library. And I was surprised. How comes all these people are looking to me like that, are watching me like that? Something has to be wrong here. Because I was already familiar. I knew already that people follow me everywhere. Well, I started asking myself, what made all these people coming around me today, just today, this way? Even white men are here watching me like that. I started looking in my past, trying to figure out what happened. Then I think I got something. And I said, I'll make sure, I'll let this happen 3 times. Then if it gives the same result, that means it is true. And this is the way scientists they do. To confirm something, they do it again and again, and they see the result. Okay. I came to remember that That day, in the morning or last night, I did a prayer called istikhara. Istikhara is a prayer when you have some doubt and you want God to guide you, you pray. You want God to show you if it is good what you want to do, or if it's bad what you want to do, you pray that prayer. It goes like this: Allahumma inni astakhiruka bi'ilmika واستقدرك بقدرتك وأسألك من فضلك العظيم فإنك تقدير ولا أقدر وتعلم ولا أعلم وأنت علام الغيوب اللهم إن كنت تعلم أن هذا الأمر خير لي في الدين ومعاش وعاقبة أمري فاقدره لي ويسره لي ثم بارك لي فيه وإن كنت تعلم أن هذا الأمر شر لي في الدين ومعاشي وعاقبة أمري فاصرفه عني واصرفني عنه ثم وقدر لي الخير حيث كان ثم ردني به وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. It's a prayer. You say to God many things that God knows the unknown. God knows which will come in the future. So if He knows that the things you're gonna do is good, let Him make easier for you, and His benediction to be on that. And if He knows that these things will be bad for you now, in the future, and for all your life, and it may be bad for your religion, let Him put that stuff away from you and put you away from that stuff, and look for the good things substitute to that, and let you like the substitute He has chosen for you. This is the prayer I do almost every day. This is the prayer I did the other Sunday when the three men came here at the Courage Center. This is the prayer I did when I was about to go out on Tuesday. And that day when I was in Sioux Falls, I did that prayer. And in that prayer, you have to mention the things which you are asking God to show you if it's good or bad. But as I've told you, I'm intelligent and I'm educated. I read another book in Islam called Talbis al-Iblis. If among your people, among your informers, if they are good Muslims and they've studied Islam, ask them about that book. It's called in Arabic Talbis al-Iblis. It's a book which shows you the way the devil acts with human being, if you want to deceive human being and all these things. So knowing this, that I've studied that, when it comes to mention the things I'm asking God to show if it's good or bad to me, I don't mention it by my tongue. I keep it inside my head because I know God knows what is inside me. And why I do that? I do that because the devil, as I read in that book, as I study in that book, the devil is able, for example, I want to meet somebody and that man is very important for me. I like that person. Maybe he want to give me money. But I ask God if to have money from that woman, that man is good or bad. It can be good, but the devil can go there because he got already the news. I've told the name of that person. He can go to that person and put him out of the place of appointment. In Islam, we believe in that. We believe that the devil moves inside a human being. And he can do things human being cannot do. He can go in advance where a human being has to go. That's why I keep, when it comes to mention the name of the things, I keep inside me not to give a chance to devil. So I remember that day when I reached at that point, I didn't mention the name. But the point was, I wanted to buy the truck. And I had an appointment with the men who want to show me the truck for the first time in public library, the main library of Sioux Falls. Well, it came in my mind that since the people who put wire in the room where I was sleeping, They didn't know what I was about, why I was asking God if it's good or bad. And for them, I'm already a bad man. It means I'm asking God if killing people today is good or bad. It has to be this. Otherwise, all these people won't come here in the public library looking at me like that way, watching me this way. It has to be that they knew that I'll be in the library. They knew about this prayer, but one thing they didn't know what I prayed for. And since I'm a bad man for them, it has just to be that I'm asking God if I want to blow United States or I don't want to blow United States that day. If I want to blow the library or if I don't want to blow the library. But you can say so far is a speculation, because nothing proves 100% that why they are there. So how can I know? I have to repeat the experience many times to confirm it. And this is exactly what I did. I went back to that room the second day. I prayed again loudly. I said, "Oh God, whoever is behind after me, putting trouble in my life for nothing, for the things which I didn't do, and I don't do it, let him have accident. Let his children, his daughter die in a car accident, have crash. Let all his family die and remain himself." I didn't mean to harm people. I didn't mean that inside me, but I said it loudly to make sure that if some people have got bugs in this room and they are listening the other side. And after that, straight on, when I finished doing that prayer, I called the person who put me in the mosque. Believe me, the time he came to me, his face, his way of acting to me, it was clear he's about to beat me. He's about to beat me. And he has never acted like that to me with me. I said, "It's not enough. I'll do it again." I did it again after 1 or 2 days. The result was the same. And for the third time, he just told me that you have to leave the mosque. You have to go out and find another place. For me, it was clear that because this man was not in the room where I sleep, how did he know what I was talking about? Oh, so he has the way. He's a Muslim. He's afraid of his children to die. That's why he acted like that with me. It was clear that in that room, there were wires, there were bugs. And in many things, since I'm United States, I start by speculation. Then I try to bring it in a rational way. And I try to put some obstacles to make sure that they work. The same way with the Southern Sudanese woman. How did I know that she passed information about me? Well, if I go to a place and I don't call her to inform if I'm at that place, I don't see suspect people around me. If I call her and inform her I'm in this place, it won't be 5 minutes before I start seeing people suspecting me, looking all around me. So, when this happened for the first time, I said it's not enough. Let me call again. Wherever I go out, especially during the night, and I'm in a public place, I call her. I inform her I'm where such a place and such a place and such. 5 minutes, 10 minutes after, I will see what I was expecting to see. This happened not one, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, many times. Whoever has been in elementary school will be able to conclude that this person, after I talk to her, gives the information. That's why these people. If I don't give her where I am, I don't see these people. And if I give her information where I am, I see these people. What does it mean? It does mean that people are informing me No, it's just common sense. It's just common sense. To anybody who's intelligent, to anybody who knows that his life is in danger every day, can be able to. Every day, every time I get a chance, I read police book. I read this book of John Grisham, who's my best author in the United States. I watch these all the things on TV. They give you an idea how the reality happens. Guys, if I had something to hide, I'll tell you. That's why I'm requesting you every day to bring something for me. Now, I know you will not leave me alone. I've told you guys, I've requested leaving United States many times. I've requested leaving. Even Canada, I don't like to stop in Canada. I want to go very, very far of the United States, though I like this country. Though I like this country, what I'm experiencing now is exactly what happened to Prophet Muhammad and the town of the city of Mecca. He didn't like to leave Mecca, but it became obvious that Mecca was not good for him at that time. He has to leave it hidden, but he wasn't a bad man. Quraysh wanted to kill him, but he wasn't a bad man. It's exactly what is happening to me. I've loved this country before being here. I've loved the shows, the movies of this country, the music of this country, and especially WWE before being in this country. I want to be proud of being an American, but what can I do? Secret Service, FBI, once they have made their mind that this one is a bad person, they won't change. And this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I don't think anybody who has been to school has been told that this pessimism, this is to be cynic. It's good maybe in your service, but it has to have a limit. There must be a time where you work rationally. You try to find the exhibit, you try to find the proofs of killing somebody, of putting a bullet into him, of destroying his life. You need at a certain time to find those things. So, since nobody has brought to me, since now you have forbidden the newspapers and the TVs to interview me to find the truth, now I'm starting myself giving you the information which I said maybe they want this, maybe they think this, maybe this is what I'm doing now. I've told you, and believe me, I want to talk about my honesty a little bit. I'm not an arrogant person, and I don't like to mention these things all the time. But when you know that your life is in the stake, when you know that you may die at any time, when people give you proofs that you are about to die, I think the least you have to do is what I'm doing. Try to give everything you know, everything which your enemies or whoever is persecuting you, maybe it will help that he changes his mind or he come to recognize his mistake. One I've told you, all I want now is to leave the United States. And Canada for me, if God would like me to reach Canada, it will be that only a transit. Maybe if I go very far from the United States, you'll believe that I'm not that type. I've given you proof of my past, and if I get time now or for the second video, the following video, I'll give you more proofs about my life and the address in every country where I've been and what happened, especially Sudan, because when I was in Yemen, I was a bad person because Yemeni people look see me that I don't look like Sudanese. My Arabic it doesn't sound like the Arabic of Sudan, and I was in Sudan, which is a bad country for them and for United States. So I will give some information of everywhere I've been. Now, before I go to that, I want to give something about my honesty. Man, I believe I'm an honest man. I've proved it many times. And I didn't prove it because I knew that one day I will speak to you on the video. No, because this is the way I live. I don't betray people. I don't betray. Even the enemies, I've never betrayed them. How can I betray the people I like? Look at this. I've got a lot of bad experience with Ethiopians, but still listen to what happened between me and other Ethiopians. When I started getting trouble with my wife in Atlanta, I decided to move. I don't have a friend, but let's call him friend because it's an acquaintance. We can just say an acquaintance. He was a taxi driver in Georgia. I mean Atlanta, Georgia, and he was Eritrean. Actually, there is no difference between Eritrean and Ethiopians. There isn't. Well, I told him that I'm looking for a place to live. Once it comes to be that we have me and my wife, we have. Well, he brought me to Ethiopian woman. She has a boyfriend. They said they are looking for a roommate. The house is big. The rent is very expensive for them, and the other charge electricity, water, and all other services, post, and whatever. I said, I want you guys to keep this room for me for the next month. They told me that we've got another person who wants the room. We don't want to lose this. If you are sure that you will not come next month, you need to tell us now so that we deal with the other person. We don't want to lose this. I said I'll come in. Well, if you don't come in, how will be? I said I'll come in. Are you gonna pay this? I say I'll pay. Are you gonna pay this? I say I'll come in by the beginning of next month. Well, it happened that with my wife, things worked a little bit better. And since I love my children than anything else in this world, yeah, of course, after God and His Prophet and Islam, my children comes there. I had to stay home because things got better. Then I told the Eritrean that I'm not going again to that house because things now with my wife, maybe it will be alright. That's why I'm coming here. I'm asking you to take me to that woman. To do what I say, I'll tell you when we reach there. I told the woman, I didn't come to your house, but I've promised you. There wasn't a paper. There was nothing between me and that woman. I paid all the money which I've promised her just by tongue. Before I went paying that money, I told my wife that I'm going to pay the money, but I want to live there because things are going well with us. She got mad. She told me, don't pay. You didn't live there. We need the money. But I said, I promised. I promised. What does it mean, the promise? The Eritrean person, when I talked to him at the door before we get into the house, I told him the same thing now. He looked at me quietly. He said, Mark that I've never seen a person like you here in the United States. I said I promised him. I promised her I have to do it. We went inside. I paid money to that woman. The woman didn't believe. Are you coming? I said I'm not coming. This is only the money which I promise you that I'll come in here. There was money of electricity, water, and all utilities and services and the rent. And I think I remain only with $50, which I said that I'm gonna bring it next time because right now I don't have money. When I got the time I got that $50, I took the Eritrean boy again. At that time he told me no, not that. Keep that $50. I'll speak to the girl. I say I'm not gonna do this. I have to give her money back. He said no, you have done something great. Even herself, she's grateful of that. I said if you don't want to give me to give this money, call her now and tell her what you are telling me. If she says yes, okay. If she says no, right now I'll be going there to pay her money. And this is what happened. I don't like many Ethiopians. They've given me a lot of trouble here in the United States. I don't like many Eritreans. They've given me a lot of trouble here. Not because I'm a bad man, because they give information to white men to please them. They try to see what white men would like to be told. Then they tell them that. And this is why I don't like them. But here is another Ethiopian among the people who are giving me trouble. I gave her money without a paper, without any document, just because I promised her. Just because I promised her, and this is what exactly I did. I don't like to speak about these things. I know who I am. It doesn't help, but sometimes I have to say them because my life is really in danger, and you know what you want with me. I told you in short before I start giving details that if it were possible that I'm a bad man, it will be from Kenya, not before Kenya. Before Kenya, I was in Congo, I was in Cabinda, I was in Angola, I was in Namibia, I was in South Africa, I was in Zambia, I was in Tanzania, then Kenya. So these countries, before Kenya, I lived a Christian life. And I don't know. If I would come in the United States as a Christian, oh, I think all these things, my life is unknown. I don't have friends. I don't look like Sudanese. I don't speak the Arab of Sudan and whatever. Wouldn't be a problem. The problem comes when I put all these things together and on top of them, a Muslim. Last time I gave you the address of the ex-president of Comisa, High Community or High Committee of Muslims in Congo, Mudilo Amalemba Saliboko. The person I used to call mom, unless she's dead, she's in Kinshasa. If you get Mudilo, you'll get her. I mean, the second wife of Mudilo, you'll get her. You'll ask her questions straight or indirect, and she'll give you the information about me. Because this is the person I used to call mom. Let's go back to Kindu, where CIA can send people quickly. I live in Cité, house number 3, street name Kisangani. 3 Kisangani, Cité, Kindu. This is the address where I live. The Muslim name I used to be called, if you go there, you say Audu, you say Abdi, you say Abdullahi, everybody knows me. These are the 3 names I was called by everybody. Young people called me Audu. Elder people called me Abdi. And when I'm in important situation, they called me Abdullahi. Even my father, or the person I called father, who was not a Muslim, but still everybody was calling me Abdi. And the three names, they mean the same. Audu, it in Hausa, and it means Abdi. It means Abdullahi. How I get that name of Hausa, I don't know. Till now, nobody gave me explanation. So in Congo, I think we are done. The junior seminar where they prepare priests, if you go there with my pictures and ask this man, you'll get information about me. If you go to Enano with my pictures, now what I'm telling you, you get information about me. If you go to Cité, where I lived in Kindu, there was a chapel called the Deuxième Communauté. This is where I was going every morning. And the church I was going every morning is called Saint Gaston, still in Cité. You'll ask these people the type of person I was, if I was already a bad person from Kindu, which I don't think. Kinshasa the same. I've given you names of people you can have information about me. When I went to Angola, as I've told you, I don't go to anybody. And how comes that? This is it. I'm not the only one. This is the way all young Africans live. Because of poverty, because of hard life, we have seen many Africans get drawn when they want to cross the sea to go to Italy, to go to France, to go to Spain. This is the way. Senegalese, they go to Zambia. Zambians, they go to Nigeria. Nigerians, they go to Congo. Congolese, this is the way all Africans move all around to look for life, to look for the life of the parents, to look for the life of their people. This is the way Africans do. I'm not the first one to move in many countries. And you guys know that. So why only mine come to be given an exception? How many Africans have died trying to cross the sea? You know very well, CIA knows very well that there was a Senegalese boy who has traveled inside or on top of the wheel of the plane and they reach France like that. This story everybody knows. It's not fabricated story. This is the way Africans they live. Can you give me some minutes housekeeping? I need some privacy here. Thank you. So, you will not tell me that when I was in Congo, I was planning to kill Americans. I got a chance. I work with them in American company. All my bosses were American. I still remember some names. Rock Runner, Bob Parson, Jim Taylor, Billy Walker, Billy Young, Ted Bryant. All these people were Americans. And many others which I didn't even know their names. So I knew the Congo very well. Then you wanna tell me that I didn't find a chance? I didn't move all these countries to kill Americans. I moved on all these countries to look for better life and to look for my sources, my origin. Is what maybe I will speak in another video about Sudan. I'll focus more about Sudan. Well, I went to Angola. The same, I lived with friends. Congolese were the last people I have to go to them when I'm in trouble. Because whenever I live with Congolese, they are good people, but whenever I'm among them, I don't feel that I'm home. When an American is in Saudi Arabia, I think the best community for him, it will be American community. When you go to where are your people in a foreign country, you feel happy, you feel comfortable because it looks like a home. This is the way Chinese have been accused, because when Chinese come to United States, they like to live in Chinatown, in Chinese community, until sometimes they never go out of other community. But me, whenever I'm with Congolese, I don't feel home. I don't say because they are bad people, but I don't feel that I'm one of them. Should I force it? I don't think I was a bad man in Angola. There is a oil company in Angola too. I knew that Americans, it's American company, and I knew they were there. Why I didn't do something bad? Let's go to Namibia. I didn't meet Namibians. I didn't meet white men in Namibia. But I met white people. I think for all bad people, if they don't get the chance of killing Americans, they kill other white people. Why I didn't do that? I'm still in Africa, where it would be much easier for me if I were a bad person than in the United States. One thing only I remember about Namibia, I remember either when I was in a town called Keetmanshoop, or I was in a town called Karasburg. In one of those two towns, I went to a shop. It was a bakery. Suddenly, when I went in, I found that there was a woman, Indian, selling. Behind her on the wall, there was Quran. Then I say suddenly, that is Quran, that is Quran. And I start reciting it. I finished that one. I remember it was Surah Al-Fatiha. And I started reciting other surahs, other chapters of Quran. The woman was surprised. Are you Muslim? I said, oh, kind of. Kind of, what do you mean? Well, I come in a country where to be a Muslim is shameful. And Muslims are doing bad things around the world. She told me, are you, in your family, do you have Muslims who practice Islam? I say yes, my mom, my uncles, or all these people I call mom and the uncles, they practice Islam very well. Are they bad people? I say no. So how can you accuse all the Muslims around the world, whereas now you are giving a proof, you are giving that you know Muslims who are not bad people? It's a sin. It's a weakness of mind to accuse a country, a big community like Islam, that everybody who's there is bad people just because some bad people are inside there. I was very shy, I felt humiliated to say things which is not logic, which doesn't make sense. That the only person I met, only Muslim I met in Namibia. I went in South Africa. There are these Boers. I think many people around the world hate or hated apartheid. I was among those people who hate apartheid. But I don't remember that you have seen my name somewhere that I've killed the Boers. There are many there. I will do that. So all these things are not, they don't make sense, guys. I don't know how many times I have to repeat saying this. You are after the wrong person. Ethiopians, Sudanese, and the other African nationalities, they tell you things which they want you hear. Maybe they've connected you sometimes, and it comes to be that is true. But with me, it is not true. Until the last day of this world, you will not find anything that I've been a bad person, even once in my life. Zambia. Most of the time I lived in a campus with students, with Zambian students. And the first day, I remember one day, it was almost the first day, I went there. I had money, but I didn't like to pay a room. I went to the police station. I said, I don't have a place to sleep. They said, so what do you want us to do with you? Okay, you stay there at the bench. I stayed there. I slept on the bench with them. They gave me food. When it was 6, they woke me up. They say, you have to go. And we don't like to see you again here. I think if I were bad man, all those places I saw white men. I saw Americans. But whoever will listen to this, he said, oh, you are not a Muslim at the time. You are not a very good Muslim. The things will change when you meet Somalis, you meet other Muslims. I think we know this, where you got recruited. Guys, you don't have proof of that. Nobody can change my mind. Nobody in this world. Nobody. Nobody without exception. Nobody can change my mind. And in my mind, there is no killing. There is no hatred. I don't hate people. I don't like those who don't do bad things around the world. But I'm not there. That the way to do things is to kill people. No. Not Americans. Not America. Not anyone around the world. We go to Tanzania. When I was in Dar es Salaam, I live in an area called Temeke. I went to Frere Marist brothers in Dar es Salaam. I live in an area called Temeke. When I went to Moshi, another town where is Kilimanjaro, I lived downtown, and I lived also, mainly I live in an area called Pasua, and the man who welcomed me there, they used to call him doctor. Actually, he's just a nurse, but they used to call him doctor. His name is Mustafa Muzava. Mustafa Muzava. He's a well-known person because there is only a small health center there, and he was among the nurses. If you go to Pasua, you'll find him. Well, now I come to Kenya. I've told you a bit about how I felt that I need to change my life. I cannot only live a life of girls to be proud of just dressing up every day, going out with girls, going out, sleep with girls, 5 a day. I don't know how many days to do anything, whatever I want to do with girls. I said I need to change this life. So in next video, I'll speak about Kenya and Sudan mainly, because when I was in Djibouti at the beginning, people they say the same. You don't look like Sudanese. You don't speak good Arabic. So anything they say that maybe I was recruited in Sudan or I was recruited in Yemen. So I'll speak mainly about these two countries.